My first year working in software sales as an SDR was an emotional roller coaster. Some days were great, a lot of days were terrible, and my attitude fluctuated because I wanted to be successful so bad, but the problem was I didn't have the skills to go out and consistently execute day in, day out, week after week, month after month in order to hit my quota, get in the accelerators, and outperform my peers. I wanted it so badly, and I wish I had a channel like this telling me exactly the 2 or 3 things that I could start doing today to go find more success sooner rather than later. And that's the reason I'm making this video here today. So many of you who watch this channel are new in your sales career, just started your dream job in software sales as an SDR, as a BDR, perhaps an account executive. We may even have some enterprise software sellers who watch this channel. I hear so many success stories on LinkedIn, so I'm confident by subscribing to this channel now and receiving daily sales videos, some, maybe not others, will be relevant to you and will help you promote to account executive sooner, will help you hit and exceed your quota, make more money, and get more of what you want out of life. So make sure to like the video as well to get this message out to as many people, and it helps the channel and it makes me happy. If we get 100 likes, I would scream with excitement by myself in my room and be super happy. So that's a desperate ploy, and that's what you gotta be willing to do in sales. You gotta be willing to sound a little desperate, and you gotta make that ask. I was speaking with an intern today. He reached out to me and said, Trent, I'm struggling. I don't know what to do. People aren't showing up to my meetings. I see your videos. Can we set up time? And I said, absolutely. So we set up 15 minutes at the end of the day. And that's tip number 1. If you're a new SDR, or if you're new in your sales career, regardless of job, industry, or company, identify who are those people that you respect. Identify who are those top performers. Go figure out those people that have done it before and that you can go speak with and say, hey, whatever you're doing is working. Can I set up time with you to learn from you? That's the tip number 1. Always go listen to the people who have done it before so that you can do what they do and then find success sooner rather than later. And I told him, I said, look, what are you struggling with? What can I help you with? He said, Trent, I'm concerned. I'm concerned this prospect isn't going to show up to my meeting tomorrow. And I actually looked at it in Salesforce and I realized I'm the account executive on the meeting. The prospect hasn't accepted the invite. And I went through and looked at his note and I said, you know what? I don't think they're going to show. I don't think what you said here sounded very good. And I picked apart what he said. And in his reminder email it was pretty much like, hey, I have been no-showed recently. I really want you to show up to the meeting, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, look, here's tip number 2. Every time you communicate with a prospect, with a customer, even internal employees, colleagues of yours, peers, always look through the lens of what is the value I'm providing? How does this help the other person in their day, in their attitude, in their business? And if that doesn't add value to them, then don't say it, simply. And I reconfigured his messaging and said, rather than saying what you want, saying, I want to reschedule, I want you to accept, I don't want to get no-showed, he's talking about what's in it for him. You need to tell the prospect what's in it for them. And this is something so many new people in their sales career struggle with, getting no-showed. You need to constantly reinforce to the prospect or customer, why is the meeting happening? What is in it for them? And how is it going to help them and their business? You got to build the excitement. You got to keep the enthusiasm going. And the way you can do that is in your messaging on the phone, first and foremost. When you get someone on a cold call, before you end the call, make sure to tell them what's in it for them, why it makes sense for them to set up the meeting and take the time, and then confirm their email and say, I'm going to send you a calendar invite. There's going to be a Zoom link in it. And you can even, and this is a tip I give to people if you start having a lot of no-shows, set an agenda. Say, the reason we're setting up this call is to learn more about you and your business, to introduce you to XYZ company, how it's going to help you. If we both see alignment, then let's continue the conversation. And if we both decide there's no alignment, we absolutely can part ways. How does that sound with you? You're setting the expectations up front and you're telling them what they can expect going into it. And as long as they see some sort of value prop, then it's going to be an okay meeting. They're at least going to show up. Bottom line takeaway number 2, always add value to every interaction, even if it's internal, if it's external. Just try and help someone look at all your messaging through the lens. If you're sending an email or a reminder, put a little article in there and say, thought you would find this link interesting, talks about what we're going to talk about in our next call. It's all about adding value. Number 3, in order to find more success and actually to be the top performing SDR. And if you're like, who is this guy? Why should I listen to his advice? Go check out my LinkedIn. I put all my past performance on there. I'm not saying I'm the absolute #1 performing SDR or account executive, but I have shown a consistent track record hitting my quota for the last 2 years consecutively, over 9 quarters in a row. I was able to successfully promote from an SDR to an account executive and then hit my first 3 quarters as a ramping AE. The reason I was able to do that is because I showed up each and every day. It's all about winning each day. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about what's ahead of you. And this is what's been on my mind recently with the quarter turn, with the start of a new month, with summer, with July 4th, with people being on vacations. It's easy to put off work. It's either you're super lazy or your natural human instinct urge is saying, hey, put off the work, you'll get them another day. And it's so easy to think, okay, once new year comes around, once a new month comes around, once a new quarter comes around, once that next Monday comes around, it's easy to put off work. Don't put off work. Don't think just because it's early July. Don't think just because, hey, no one's going to be in the office. Show up today. Whenever you're watching this video, show up today. Show up right now. Show up in this moment. Go execute in this hour. Go execute in this stretch of 4 hours. Win that particular day. Stack a lot of wins in a row and you will find success. And you may be thinking, okay, what do I do in my day to go find success? Here's what you got to do as an SDR. Recognize, have the perspective and the patience that it's going to take months to get good. It's going to take months to get good. There will be people who come in and make it look easy. Those people are either temporarily getting lucky, they're either naturally more talented than you, or you just don't quite have the skills yet. So you can't compare yourself to them. They're running their own race. No one's going to care about your career as much as you do. So people can have all the talent in the world, but the best thing about sales and business is the sport's 24/7, and you're not limited by being too short. You're not limited by being not fast enough, which are things kind of out of your control from an athleticism standpoint. As long as you can think, as long as you can speak, as long as you can read right, then you have the ability to win at this game and you can work harder than other people. So what does working harder look like? It looks like recognizing that sales is a volume game. It's numbers. The more calls you make, the more emails you send, the better accounts you identify, the more prospects in that account you find and you start calling, the more success you're going to have. It's really no secret what works. Go look at the top people, go work hard, go do what they do, and repeat it day after day, and you will find success. And when you're thinking about how do you get better, these are the 4 tangible metrics to go and get better. Answer rate, set rate, show rate, conversion rate. As an SDR, you have a lot of effort, you have a lot of output, and you may feel productive just by making a stretch of 100 calls. If you're just making calls to make calls and putting up false stats, then you're like an Andre Drummond. Your efforts don't actually contribute to wins. You want to be more like a LeBron James, where you fill up the stat sheet and your work contributes to wins. So when you make 100 calls, answer rate. What percentage of people answer the phone? It should be 8%, 8 people you speak with. Of those 8 people you speak with, what is your set rate? The percentage of people that actually agree to your meeting. Your set rate should be around 12 to 15%. Of those people that you set a meeting with, what is your show rate? And that's what we started our call talking about here today. Show rate should be 95%. Bottom line, if you set a meeting, it should happen, they should show up. Can control what you can control, send the reminder, make sure to have a good cold call. And then of those meetings that happen, what is the conversion rate? Your conversion rate should be around 75%. Personally, I think it should be a little higher. That's just our baseline in our company. And conversion rate is when that initial meeting happens, what percent of those meetings are qualified or moved to the next sales stage, whatever it may be. It's all about identifying where is your gap today? What are you not doing well? And then starting to train yourself and use self-development time to improve upon that gap and keep getting better. As a sales rep that promoted from an SDR to an account executive, it's all about learning. It's a knowledge game. And the more I can learn faster than other people and the better I can articulate that back to you and my customers, the more value I'm bringing. Therefore, the more of what I want is going to happen. Therefore, I'm building trust, I'm communicating, closing deals, getting views, getting likes, subscribers to the channel. It's all about value. It's all about what do you know and how many people can you get that to. And you have a unique opportunity as an SDR to really go out and build a great career path for you. It's limitless potential. I'm starting to lose my train of thought here. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. We wanted to get the video to 10 minutes. Really appreciate you. Would love to hear what you want to see more videos of down in the comments below. I read all the comments. I always reply. And any way I can help you, just let me know. Go out, figure out where are your gaps today, and then as a first year SDR, retain that perspective and just know that if you stick with it long enough, you will find more success and you will get more of what you want out of life. I will see you in the next video. Bye.